Hello and welcome everyone to round number 5 here for the Brazilian Grand Prix from the EU tier on the Sunday evening, just a little bit later than normal. It's going to be 4 p.m. Eastern Time coming to you from Sao Paulo, and the Autodromo Jose Carlos Pace Passe, whatever you want to say it. It's American language barrier. That's what we're gonna blame that one on. But yeah, right now currently 18 drivers in the lobby, ready to take on all 15 corners of this circuit. But in the commentary booth for the first time this season, I believe, alongside me is going to be Bobby Tava. How's it going, Bobby?
It's going super fine. I'm actually excited to come back in the booth. It's been a long time since the last time.
Yeah, you haven't commented this season, so it's gonna be a little bit of dusting off the cobwebs, if you will. But yeah, so if we take a quick look towards the standings after last time out in Austria, one of the contenders for race of the season, in my books, the championship gap opened up to 29 points. So I know you've been watching most of the races, especially Tier 1 in the EU tier and then racing in Tier 2. What's been your take so far in the EU tier for Season 5?
Um, to be fair, it's EU probably always was the fastest tier before we changed to pace-based tiers in NA, but I mean, it's the championship is still super tight with uh, JX and Orlando coming in. Miami is still on top. It's super tight, super exciting, and don't know what much to add about it.
Yeah, Miami and Atlanta, the two Excel boys, up at the top of the standings right now. But we do have a few guys in there from Tier 1. JXW and Jinnit currently 3rd and 4th. Excel Cali in 5th. Dylan is a full-time EU driver in 6th. Bagabones, Barton, the two Renault 7th, 8th. Harry Nawarg and RC round out the top 10. Smongos, DJ Panda are the last two drivers, 11th and 12th, to score points. Ashes Falcor, Purple score, Rocco, Gin and Juice, Beck Rubin, King Wilsey, and Siku have yet to score points. So yeah, the championship battle after opening up last time in Austria. Let's see what Lando can do here in Brazil to close it back up.
Yeah, it's supposed to be is a good track for him from what I've read in Discord this week. Um, Maybe favorite.
Yeah, Lando you can always bet on to be a favorite unless he decides to put it in the wall. No offense, but yeah, he has fallen foul to that. At least twice here in ZOR. But yeah, just loading into the first short minute qualifying session of the evening. Let's get into this one. Hopefully they won't have any rain. I know Tier 2 had a little bit of rain toward the end of the session. Tier 1 was completely dry. I think the pull times for Tier 1 was a 106.2. For Tier 2 it was a 1 minute 7 point flat. So maybe some of the quick guys can get down there in Lando, who did set pole in Tier 1 at 106.2. I'm sure he can best that. And there is actually going to be rain, so he's not going to be able to best that lap time.
Oh, that's spicy. I'm just gonna mix up everything. Some drivers gonna be out of their comfort zone. Pretty excited to see how it's gonna turn out.
Yeah, exactly. Just waiting for the drivers to get out of the pit lane. Maybe it's going to be a dry race. Maybe it won't be a dry race, and we'll have some rain in the race, and so they're going to be having to change their setups to specialize in the trickier conditions. I believe there's going to be a Williams first one out of the pit lane. That might be Rub, or yeah, it's going to be Rub. I think he debuted last time out in Austria in the Williams as well. So let's see what he can do here. He should be the first one out on a lap. Excel Excel Cali will be the next driver on a lap following him. I believe there's going to be a Red Bull, possibly Dylan. No, it's going to be Zamaga. So Rub, Excel Cali, and Zamagas are going to be the first three drivers on a lap. So let's get on board with the Williams driver, and he can take us through a quick out lap, and then possibly going for 2 runs here in this qualifying session.
Yeah, especially with in wet condition, there isn't so much an advantage of doing just one quick lap. You do multiple to get a good feel of the track and go with it.
Yeah, right now, Bobby coming through turn number 10 here at the top of the hill and dropping down through 11 and into the final sector. So let's see what he can do on this first qualifying lap. You can use the grass there on the break or in the braking zone, but I wonder how many drivers will be doing that. Rob coming out of the final traction zone, getting a little bit slidey there on the exit. Larkin is lagged out of the session, interestingly enough, so that's going to be unfortunate for him. Hopefully he can get back into the session. But now Rob crossing the start-finish line. Let's see what he can do on this first flying lap, breaking down into turn 1 and now dipping through the Senna S's through turn 2. Very difficult traction zone. I have seen many drivers spin there before. Yellow flag off of turn 12. They're going down towards turn 13. That's a Red Bull. That might be Zamaglis.
Yep.
Yeah, so now Rob crossing the first sector split, 118.7 for the Williams driver. I'm sure that will get bested by many drivers as the condition, or as we start to find that dry line. Callie just passed that first sector split as well, but now up the hill through 6 and going towards 7, just taking it cautious. This is going to be the first lap. He's going to be the first one to go through the wettest of the conditions out here on track. Now dipping down the hill through turn 9 and back up the hill towards the top of the circuit to turn 10, the penultimate braking zone on the circuit. Difficult traction zone, one of the most difficult on the circuit. You're now coming through turn 11. You can see he got a little bit slide there on the exit. Now using all the track that he can. Purple middle sector as he is the first driver across that middle sector split. Now using all the track on the exit at turn 12 and through turn 13. The two final corners here. 14 right there going through that left-hander. There would normally be DRS there as he crossed that white line, and then to the final corner, turn 15, just at the pit entry. Rob staying all the way to the left. 17.3 for the Williams drive. Let's see what Callie can do. Currently, Callie, I believe, is 6th in the championship. He goes on provisional pole position by an entire second. So that's a good lap from him. His Mercedes teammate, 15.8 for Miami there. Goes 5/10 in Lando, 15 flat. 9/10 of a second on pole position there. So that's a great lap there from Lando. And most of the Excel drivers, they're going to be 1, 2, 3. It's actually JXW splits the two Mercedes there and goes on to that second row.
Yeah, that time from Lando just set the bar pretty high. There's a huge gap between Lando and the rest of the grid right now. Curious to see if anyone can reach that. Maybe Larkin as he joined back.
Yeah, just getting on board with... Larkin is going to be one of the drivers who can challenge him. He's been challenging him all season long when he has been here. He is a reserve, but is still giving competition to Lando. Barton goes up into P8, just barely in front of Rubb on a 17.358. 300 separating those two drivers. Rubb just coming out of turn 12 once again, and through 13, another slide out of there for the Williams driver, but he has backed off on this lap, so he will not be improving. Barton has spun through the Senna S's down at turn 3. Callie is invalidated on his second lap, but he's going to keep on going. Miami coming to the line now. He is not invalidated, unlike his Mercedes teammate, and he is up through the middle sector. He finds a little bit more time in that final sector, but it's still only a 15.5, so Lando still prevailing up on top of the order by 5/10 of a second. 5/10 of a second, half a second there. Right now, Baggerbones coming to the line to finish his first lap. It's going to be a 16.9 and goes just in front of his Renault teammate, RC to cross, or no, that's Beck to cross the line. I'm not sure if he improved, but he is now going up into P6. So yeah, right now, Lando Miami looking pretty good out there, as Miami, I think, is going for another lap. Callie just getting out of the way.
Yeah, I'm on board with RC setting up his first lap.
RC improving, or going on to his first lap, P9. I think Barton is going to be the next driver after that spin, though, so he should be coming in to the pit lane. So it should be Miami, second row sitter for the time being. He's up by a 10 through the middle sector, just exiting out of turn 12 there. A little bit of slide. I wonder if he can improve here.
I guess so. Yeah. There's not much on track right now.
Just try to flick through some of the drivers. Yeah, Zavago starting a lap. I think that's Backbunch crossing the line. He is backed off, though. One of the Alpha Tires. It's going to be back once again to finish another lap. Now using all the track on the left-hand side, so he's not going to get it the best run, but it still improves by 2.5 tenths and finds himself up one position. Excel Larkin just in behind him. He's going to be starting his first flying laps. Let's get on board with RC there. He should be, well, he is improving. He's improving by 0.4 of a second through the middle sector. It was purple for the Alpha Tower drive. Let's see what he can do on the run to the start-finish line. Just crossing the line. Now he improves by 0.4 of a second, but lost almost half a tenth there in that final sector. So he's going to be staying P9 for the time being. Harry Nowak is going to be coming to start a lap. So Miami, the next driver to cross the line. Let's see if he is up across the middle sector split. He is down in the middle sector. He has a little bit of time in that final corner. We know he lost half a tenth on his fastest lap there. I don't think he'll be improving here, or he'll be coming into the pit lane. It looks like he's going to be coming into the pit lane. Yeah, he should be there into the pit lane. And he's going to be coming off of his first run there. Let's see what he can find on another set of intermediate tires. But it looks like Zamanga's going to be the next driver to cross the line.
Larkin coming, finishing his lap. He was purple in the first sector. If it's any accurate.
Yeah, Larkin should go onto the second row there, and the battle for pole position starts to tighten up. I think that was Dylan just crossing the line. There's a McLaren that should be Zenith to start a lap as well. The next driver is going to be one of the Alpha Towers. It's going to be RC, but he's going to be going into the pit lane. I think it's going to be DJ Panda, the next driver to cross the line. In the Alfa Romeo, he did join late. He might have made a little bit of a mistake there. I don't know. Actually, I think that's an outlap, so he was not going to be improving anyway. Lando starting a lap there. Harry Nowak to cross the line. 16.8 for the Ferrari driver. Puts himself into P10 on that 16.8. So not the greatest laps for Harry Nowak, but it's just the first lap, and he can keep on improving on that current lap time. Barton, or both Renaults just in general, are both on out laps, looking to start one. Calla coming through 13 right now as well. He's going to be looking to start a lap. Most drivers are here just getting out of the pit lane and onto those flying laps. Rubb should be the next driver to cross the line. He's the slowest driver out of the people who have set lap times right now in that 17.3 that we saw him, that we rode on board with to finish that lap time. Coming up to the line right now in a second lap, it's 24.2. He's not going to be improving. I think that's JXW to cross the line. He did not improve on his lap. Larkin just went pole position though, and he went on pole by a tenth and a half. So the racing point of Larkin looking pretty well here, but Lando right now is up in the middle sector. There's a few drivers in front of him. Renault crossing the line, one of the McLarens and the other Red Bull as well. DJ Pena spinning at turn 12 there, but Lando exiting the final, Lando exiting the final tractions on the final braking there at turn 12, going all the way to the left side of the circuit. 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in the session, but Lando is going to be improving right now. 14.964, but is not enough. He's still half a tenth off of Larkin in that provisional pole position.
Yeah, that's a great fight between the two top drivers. Still a lot of times still for both of them to get on top of each other.
Yeah, there's, as you mentioned, there's still a lot of time for those drivers to improve and beat each other, except Miami just crossing the line to start one. I think that's going to be Barton crossing the line. He was invalidated, though, when I went on board with him. Calla going to be the next driver to cross the line, but he did back off, or he made a mistake on that one. Yeah, 3.3 seconds off of his personal best. That's not what he would have been aiming for. JXW to cross the line. He improves by 0.4 of a second, and it once again splits the two Mercedes. Larkin to cross the line. He wasn't improving. He backed off and going to be going for another one. So Larkin looking to improve here once again. He should be only using 2 sets of intermediate tires, but now back bumps across the line. He was up. He finds 0.06 of a second and puts himself into P7. I think that was Zenith improving up into P12 as well. Now the duo of the Alpha Towers RC to cross the line doesn't improve. Beck, I think, just went up into P6 possibly, or just started a lap there. I think he just started one. But now Lando to cross the line. He doesn't improve. He lost time in the final sector, and he's going to be backing off now.
Is it me or the track is drying up?
Yeah, it's actually really drying out. Thank you for pointing that one out. The rain has stopped, and the spray has actually stopped as well. So now let's see what these drivers can do, because it's going to be, I think this, it's difficult to say, but I think the soft tires very, very soon will be a lot quicker than the intermediate tires. It's going to be who's out on track at the right time. Excel Miami putting himself into P3, improving by 0.3 of a second there in the Mercedes, and will go only 0.3 off of that front row. One of the Renaults that might have been back bumps across the line. No, that was Barton, actually. There was a driver spinning around. I think that might have been Zamaglis. In the middle sector. No, it was actually the Racing Point. It was JXW who made a mistake there. So that's going to be unfortunate for him. Now it's actually going to be Bag of Bones to cross the line. He's going to be coming into the pits, though, as his ERS has been turned down. Jin has invalidated. Is he going to finish this one? No, he should come into the pit lane. Beck is out. Beck is out at turn 13 now. Let's get on board with Lando. He's going to be the next driver to come across the scene of the accident. Yeah, it's basically just what... I can't remember exactly who did it, but I think it might have been Marcus Ericsson. Did it in 2016 in the very, very difficult wet conditions in the race there. So yeah, that's going to be really unfortunate for Beck. The highest is going to be starting his P6, and now that the track is drying out, this is going to be really unfortunate for him.
Yeah, pretty much everyone gonna be faster than him on dry compound. So it's very unfortunate for him.
Yeah, you can already see that the softs are looking to be faster because Excel Cali right now in P5 has fitted the soft compound tires. I would expect all the drivers to be into the pit lane right now. Zamongo's off the track. I think he's run out of fuel. Vagabonds might be the next driver to cross the line. Actually, I think it's actually going to be Rocco in the Haas, but he's going to be coming into the pit lane understandably, but not Vagabonds. Coming through turn 11, just there, now breaking into turn 12. Let's see what type of exit he can get, but he is down in that middle sector. Jinnit selecting the mediums as he will always do forever. Looking to go on to that alternate strategy. It worked well for him in Austria. Let's see if he can do that once again here in Brazil, but Backbones will be into the pit lane. I expect most drivers will be back. And Dolan out of the final corner there, having a huge slide. He's starting a lap, I think. Is he going to start a lap? No, he's going to be coming into the pit lane. Zamakos will be following him in as well. I think it's going to be RC. Once again, I expect most drivers to be into the pit lane here, and they're just all sitting in the pit lane right now, selecting the dry compound tires, just waiting to see when they will be faster. And also waiting to the very end of the session to get the best conditions.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Pretty much everyone waiting for the very end of the session to get the driest track possible.
Yeah, exactly. All the drivers now into the pit lane, except for the Williams of Rub, who has just started a lap on the intermediate tires. Interestingly enough, you can already see that the clouds are starting to dissipate, but Rub is going to be the only driver right now on a lap. Everyone else in the pit lane. Actually, Rocco is leaving the pit lane on another set of intermediate tires, so that's possibly a mistake there from the Haas boys, sending him out onto the track.
Yeah,
now,
that can be the best thing, the best strategy here.
Yeah, Rub, though, has invalidated on his lap, so he's not going to be able to set this lap time even if he was improving, but we can still ride on board as he is the only driver on a flying lap. He should, if he does come into the pit lane right now, he should be able to get out onto a set of dry compound tires.
Yeah, it's Brazil is actually a pretty short track, so it's not super hard to get in and get another lap. You don't need like yeah, what I mean is you have absolutely the time to come in and get a dry run.
Yeah, exactly. In the dry conditions, it's only going to be from the fastest driver, it's going to be low sixes, so that's all they need for their flying laps, and probably around 1 minute 10, I'd say, for those guys to do it in out lap, and so they most definitely have enough time to get those laps in.
Yeah, I will put an asterisk on 110 because on Thursday I tried to come out when 1:30 to go and I got stuck by my teammate coming in.
Ooh, yeah, that's not the greatest, not the greatest situation. But right now, interestingly enough, RC7 has left the pits actually very, very early. It doesn't look like there's any spray, but he's going to be the first one to brave these conditions as actually Rocco starts a lap on the intermediate tires.
Yeah, followed by the two Mercedes. Probably getting some slipstream in the straight.
Yeah, maybe, but now RC coming out of turn 13 and now through 14. He's going to be the first one on those dry compound tires. I'm interested in why he didn't stay in the pits later, because the track would have just dried out naturally, so he could get even better conditions, unless he's looking to do 2 laps here. But he has a major lockup into the first corner. There's a huge slide on the exit of turn 1 there down through the Son of S's, so you can already see how difficult it's going to be for these drivers to set lap times. So RC's lap isn't really going to be that great, but now it's going to be Excel Miami, the next driver to cross the line and start that lap. Coming through turn 1, he did make the mistake that RC made through the first 2 corners. Now through turn 3, he's not completely flat out right on the, or at the beginning of that beginning of the third corner there. and he had to take a little bit of a lift just to get the traction underneath him. But now Excel Miami, purple in the first sector. He's 0.4 of a second up in just the first 3 corners. I think I just saw a little bit of rain there, but my eyes are probably deceiving me. I was flipping between drivers. Now coming up through 6 and down through 7. Or no, through 7 and through 8. Now down through turn number 9. He has a little bit of traffic here in Bag of Bones. So any of the drivers right now who are crossing the line, this is going to be their final lap of the session. If they are starting one. Excel Miami, a ton of wheel spin. Bag of Bones has to get out of the way, though. He will do that on the inside. Excel Miami takes purple middle sector. Let's see what Cali did, but Cali actually took purple middle sector. He's only 0.9 of a second up, but he has the better conditions. Excel Miami, I think, was 1.6 seconds up through the middle sector. Let's see what he can do through the final 4 corners of the circuit. He's going to stay all the way to the left side, but he's going to go back to the right. So 113 flat for Miami. Let's see what we can do. Cali only a 15.1, so he definitely has a lot of more time to improve on that one. Lando coming to the line to start a lap. Let's get on board with someone who is on a lap.
Larkin is finishing up.
Yeah, Larkin is going to be one of the drivers to finish a lap. But is he going to get to the...
Yeah, no, I don't think he was in low ERS. I don't think he's finishing, actually.
Yeah, he possibly would have made a mistake because he's already put 1 lap on those tires now, but he's going to be going for another one, just 5 seconds. No mistakes. You cannot make any mistakes here. Now the qualifying session is over, so if you cross the line, you are not going to be able to do another lap. So Malcolm's on the soft tires. He's 2 seconds up on his lap time, so this would put him into second place on the grid right now, but a lot of drivers are going to be improving. 13.7 for Zamangos there, finds 2.6 seconds on his fastest lap time. JXW, the next driver to cross the line, 13.2. He goes into second place. The Alpha Tower, I think that's going to be RC to cross the line. 14.1 for RC, puts him 4th right there. I think that's a Haas giving a slipstream to Dylan. Purple goes 14th. Dylan goes 5th. Is that Lando? No, that's Harry DeWarg. 12.7 for the Ferrari driver. Excel Miami will retake pole position. Rob, I think, just went into P7. A lot of drivers are going to be improving here. Excel Cali hasn't validated, but he's giving slipstream to his Excel teammate and Lando. Lando to the top. It's an 11.9 for the Ferrari driver. That's a great lap for him. He's on pole by 0.6 of a second. Now it's going to be Barton who has decided to pull into the pit lane. He must have made a mistake on his lap time. Janet, Mueller, and Larkin are the rest of the drivers to cross the line. I think Mueller just made a mistake at turn 12 there, but now Larkin to the line. It's P2 for the Racing Point driver on the medium, so that's going to be great for him. Let's see what Janet can do across the line. 14.2 for Janet. He's going to be starting inside the top 10 on those medium tires, and even though the qualifying session was rain affected, they're going to have to start on those tires. Ooh, Mueller. That was interesting. He hit the wall very hard and did not lose a front wing. And there goes his wheel. But yeah, it's going to be Lando on pole position, followed by Larkin, and followed by Miami. And as well, we have to mention Harry Noir with a very, very stunning qualifying session there in the difficult conditions. He got the timing almost absolutely perfect.
Yeah, good result at 4th. But yeah, I want to note that Larkin on the medium and Janet and Twom on the medium too in 9 and 10 place. It's gonna be they're gonna go to the alternate strategy in the race, which I think is gonna help them a lot.
Yeah, it definitely should, but Lando, the order is going to be Lando, Larkin, Miami, Harry Noir, JXW, Zamangos, Bag of Bones, RC, Janet, and Dylan, the final 2, as well as Larkin on the medium tires. Rob and Callie were able to get laps in on the soft compound tires, but not good enough to be inside the top 10. Beck, Mueller, Purple Squirrel, Barton, Adri, and Rocco all are the rest of the order, but DJ Panda not setting a lap time. But we also have to mention Beck, only 13th, even though he DNF'd before he could get to the dry conditions.
Yeah, reading the YouTube comments, Angelique Mueller is a she, by the way, so if we comment on her, we will try to use the right pronoun.
Yeah, I'll have to work on that. It'll be a little bit of trying to break the habit, but it does look like it's going to be a dry qualifying session here. For the most part, we do have 36 laps in front of these drivers, so let's see how they can brave the conditions, if it does end up going to wet conditions.
Yeah, we don't have any words about that. I'm really curious about what the forecast is. Oh, we're starting right away.
Yeah. The U tier, not unlike the NA tiers, they do not have that 2-minute wait time. For
They're
them.
not wasting any time.
Yeah, they're not going to waste any time in getting into this one. They're super excited to get into this Brazilian Grand Prix. All 16 laps, all 36 laps, all 16 corners should be ready for these drivers, and they can get underway onto the formation lap. And yes, Mueller confirming in the live stream chat that is going to be dry. But Lando will lead us away on pole position. Let's get those tires up. But obviously, the three drivers that we saw in qualifying go to the mediums. Larkin, Janet, and Dylan will all be on those mediums. The rest of the top 10 are going to be on the softer compound. Rob outside the top 10, as well as Beck, Purple Squirrel, and Rocco will be on the softs. But DJ Panda, Adri Lockdock, Burton, Mueller, and Callie will be the drivers outside the top 10 on the mediums. Callie, he is 6th in the championship, but right now his teammate P3 in the championship. He has a lot of positions in time to make up on his teammate if he wants to keep that lead in the Constructors' Championship.
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't know what to add about that. See how well he does at this track, how quickly he can gain position of the start on the medium compound.
Yeah, it'll be difficult because he does have those soft runners around him, but he does have a few medium runners in Janet and Dylan on those Warren mediums, so that could possibly help him elevate himself up through the order. I think that's Janet creating a little bit of gap between himself and the top 8. RC on the grass and it was in neutral there for a little bit, trying to get through turn number 12 there, but all the top 8 weaving massively, trying to get that temperature into the tires. Lando, not sure if you just saw that, but Lando was off the track on my screen and just lagged back on.
I saw him lag in after turn 3. Thought it was on my end, but might not be alone with seeing Lando lagging. So
yeah,
let's hope it does not affect this race.
Yeah, hopefully we don't get something that that happened like in Tier 1 where the two leaders, which were myself and Lando in that one, I couldn't see Lando, but Lando could see me. So let's hope that they don't have the same fortune, Lando and Larkin. But DJ Panda just slotting into his grid slot there for P19 on the back of the grid. But now let's get up towards the front of the field. Lando and Larkin on the front row, followed by Miami and Harry Noir. Let's see what they can do off the start, as well as Callie. He's going to have to try and find himself a way through the field, and everybody on the alternate strategy. It's going to be interesting to see what they can do. Just waiting for the 5 lights to come on in front of the drivers. That little crest going to be notoriously difficult to get over that crest without spinning or just having a difficult start in general. We seem to have a little bit of a delay here, but now the 5 lights will be coming on in front of the drivers. Lando Larkin on the front row. Lights out and away we go. But Lando has on my screen had an absolute terrible start, but it does seem he is lagging, but he should be leading into turn 1. Miami on the outside of turn 1 has taken P2 from Larkin there. Lando all over the track, but Miami trying to get the better exits. Going to be a racing point 3-4, following the 2 leaders by Harry Noir, trying to fight JXW for that position. Right now, Miami following Lando though into turn number 3, or turn number 4, as Larkin is up the inside of the Mercedes driver, going through turn 5 there and up the hill towards turn.
There's a spin at the end of that.
One of the Alpha Towers. That is going to be RC down there at turn number 4. I think Harry Noir is just up into P3 there, as Larkin trying to go around the outside of turn 8 and down the hill towards turn 9. He should have the inside line here on the Ferrari driver. Let's see who can get the better traction. Harry Noir should, in theory, on the soft compound tires, having this beautiful overhead camera shot of them going side by side through the middle sector, but Larkin will get the position done into turn 11 and will be trying to chase down the 2 leaders up in front. Let's get back down the order. I think Rub might have made a mistake on the soft compound tires.
There was a bit of a contact in the turn. Not sure who's at fault there, but yeah.
Yeah, but now Rubb is going to be dropping down through the order. But now Harry Noir is going to be the driver, dipping down through the order. He started P4, was up to P3 for a brief amount of time, but now it's going to be down towards P5 as the 2 racing points will assume P3 and P4. JXW a little bit all over the road. We have a yellow flag as Zomagos has retired in the pit lane. So that's going to be his race over after lap 1 there. Lando, Miami, Lark, and JXW and Harry Noir are the top 5 for this one. Let's see how the rest of the positions will shake out. Right now, DJ Panda is going to be the next driver. Is going to be the closest, as Zamungus has also left the session after retiring there. But now DJ Panda trying to make the move into turn 6 on Rocco. He's on the outside, and he is on a harder compounded tires, but that's actually a great move there from DJ Panda. He's squeezed out Rocco on the exit of turn 7 there, but now Rocco trying to redive him into turn 8. He's on the inside as the Haas driver, but now through turn 9, DJ Panda will have the inside line, but Rocco will have the momentum to keep, but DJ Panda will squeeze him out and get that move done. Oh, Rocco regressing as well into turn number 10 there, tries to squeeze him out. Both of these drivers have end plate damage, but now DJ Panda will officially keep that position.
Great fight by the two of them, going side by side throughout the whole second sector. Also, another thing we talked about, Cali wanting to gain place, got caught in an incident, having to pit for the hards, not helping his case.
Yeah, Cali, his race, or his evening going from bad to worse there. Starting P12, that's not where he would have wanted to start this race, and now dipping all the way down the order to 17th, and going to be on the hardest selection, or the hardest compound selection that we have here tonight. But Lando is extending his lead up at the front of the race and breaking DRS range already. But right now, Miami leading the train of Larkin and JXW. It's 9/10 between it's 9/10 the gap between all three of those drivers. Harry Noir following in behind as well on the soft tires, but right now Larkin in a really good position as he's actually starting to fall out of DRS range to Miami. So those medium tires either are not fired up or they're just not in the greatest working conditions. Rocco down the order in P12 picks up his first time penalty, and the first driver to pick up that 3 second, and now DJ Panda will as well. I wonder if we have a battle down there. They're possibly making or pushing each other off the track, but it doesn't look like it for the time being. But it's going to be Lando, Miami, Larkin, that top 3.
Yeah, about DJ and Rocco getting penalty, of course, going side by side, make you extend the track a little bit. It's probably what's causing them to have penalty at such an early stage of the race.
Ooh, there's a big incident between Purple Squirrel and Mueller. There was an incident going into the pit lane there. I think Mueller possibly had front wing damage, but now she will have even more. Purple Squirrel is going to have front wing damage as well, but he was not able to pit after that incident. You can see the left end plate there off of his Haas.
Both end plates, yeah.
Yeah, RC, but now will be making that move as well. But he has a right end plate damage as well. So a few drivers down the field getting caught up in incidents there. I think Callie and Rebel. Yeah.
Right on the back of Bones coming up to on this last sector straight.
Yeah, Janet just exiting turn number 10 there down the hill and taking a plunge through 10 and now breaking into turn 12. Breaking into turn 12 there. Janet trying to get onto the back of Bones. That's going to be medium versus softs there are the tire compounds. Janet already up 2 positions in this race, so he's looking pretty well so far. But I think the soft tires or the soft tire run as well in just around 6 laps, I think, will be starting to come into the pit lane. So Janet, if he really wants to make his way up through the order in this race, he's going to have to try and make the move. But now Larkin versus Miami down towards turn 4. Let's see what the Racing Boy can do on the Mercedes. Miami looks to stay ahead for the time being, and he has 60% ERS just exiting turn 4 there. Larkin right now only on 20%, so it's less than half. But now Janet making the move on Back of Bones. So Janet in the McLaren will be up into P6 there. Back of Bones falling down through the order. Those medium tires looking a lot better than the softs the softs for the time being. Back of Bones trying to regress and trying to make that move as Purple Squirrels finally come into the pit lane to get that new front wing. But let's get on board with the battle for P2 right now. Larkin on those medium tires, as we saw Janet looking to make the move on Miami.
Yeah, it's probably the closest gap right now. Maybe Beck and Dylan in for the fight for 8, but let's stick with Larkin in Miami.
Yeah, Larkin gonna be
turn 1.
Decides to back out of that move on Miami. He's gonna be looking to get the better run through turn 2 and through turn 3. He doesn't look to have the run right now, but let's see if he uses his overtake. He has the DRS advantage, but not going to be making that move. Miami is still falling very slowly off the back of Lando, as I think that's Purple Squirrels made a mistake on the exit of turn 4 there on those cold medium tires just coming out of the pit lane. So that's going to be an unfortunate mistake for him. DJ Panda picks up his second time penalty there, but now Beck versus Dylan. Beck trying to get onto the back of the Red Bull. The soft tire is working currently for Beck very, very well. It did start outside the top 10 and was able to get those fresh compounded tires. So looking pretty decent for the time being. Rocco and RC will both be coming into the pit lane, fixing that damage for them. But right now, let's get back on board. Going on to lap number 7. Lando will lead us there, but Miami and Larkin getting very, very close as well.
Yeah, it's still the same fight. Lando creating a 2-second gap, and yep, Larkin and Miami fighting up for the second spot. Coming into turn 1. Is it good? No, he's not going for it.
Yeah, Larkin once again deciding to back out of that one. But look at the run that he has off of turn 2 there. He had the better run, he had the better turn, and now we'll have the momentum. Off of turn 3, the final corner of the Sun S is using the DRS, using his overtake, but Miami can just defend. He has such a much bigger ERS advantage there. He's just going to be able to defend that position with his battery, so he'll stay in P2 for the time being. He knows he's listened, or he has to learn from mistakes. He can't make the mistake there at turn 2. He has to get the best run possible if he wants to keep defending from Larkin and keep that second place on track for the time being. Back on board with Beck and Dylan and Beck as RC picks up a time penalty in 17th. Only 3 drivers throughout the grid with time penalty. That's going to be DJ Panda, Rocco, and RC. But once again, we have a few very, very close battles. The battle for P8 right now, Dylan, Beck, and Barton. We also have a battle for P6 and for P6, Jin and Vagabonds. But the main battle that we're going to be riding on board with is Miami and Larkin, going down once again towards turn 1.
Once again, putting all the ERS, all the juice, trying to make a move in turn 1, going side by side. Breaking late, and he seems to have gotten it.
Yeah, Larkin has made the move into turn 1, but will this be a disadvantage to the Racing Point driver? Because now Miami will have the DRS, but decides not to use his overtake. Larkin right now on only 3% ERS, so this could actually be good for Miami. Larkin trying to tell Miami that he has the pace for the time being, but he's going to be up into P2 now. Let's see what Miami can do in the later laps to possibly try and fight that one back. But now Dylan has actually made a mistake further down the in P10 there, because he's dropped positions to Beck and Barton. So the two, so Beck on the soft tires will be leading this train now. Barton and Dylan on the mediums. They're gonna have to try and fight their way past the Alpha Tower if they want to have any chance of once again making up time and making up those positions, or that at least Dylan lost just on the previous lap.
Absolutely. I'm trying to find another fight. Looks like the closest gap we have right now is Adri on the back of DJ Panda for 11th.
Yeah, after Larkin made the move on Miami, he was just able to pull through the middle sector. Adri getting very, very close to the back of the Alfa Romeo in DJ Panda. But I don't think the battle for second place, I don't think Miami's going to be close enough to make that move. I don't think Barton or Dylan will be close enough to make the move on Beck as well. DJ Panda getting all into the grass on the exit of turn 12 there. What can Adri do into turn number 1? He's using his overtake, he's using the DRS to get that advantage over the Alfa Romeo of DJ Panda. DJ Panda does have front right end plate, or has front wing damage on the right side there. He's missing it at right end plate, so Adri will take advantage of that damage, and now it will be up into P11. He has 17 seconds to close in, but DJ Panda looking to the inside of the McLaren. A little bit of contact between the two drivers. Are going to be going side by side down towards turn number 4, but the DRS is with the Alfa Romeo, so Adri will have to sit in behind for one more lap and sit behind the stricken DJ Panda.
Yeah, but Adri has the ERS advantage. DJ used pretty much all of it trying to gain back that place. So I'm guessing Adri will just scoop up that place next lap without too much difficulty.
Yeah, exactly. But let's see. But Adri's going to be losing even more time battling there with the Alfa Romeo. DJ Panda just trying to keep him behind, just trying to keep him close. So when eventually he comes into the pit lane to fix that front wing and get a new set of tires, they will have to, or he'll be even closer than he would be normally. Right now, Lando just lapping, I think that was Purple Squirrel there, going up the hill towards turn 6. Larkin has almost broken DRS range to Miami. Miami is actually saving ERS and is staying with Larkin, so doing a pretty decent job is Miami there in P3 on track right now. JXW is going to be the best of the non-Excel drivers for the time being, excluding Cali. So he's going to be in P4, followed by Hair Noir very, very closely, and then a little bit of a gap back to Jinip, who's actually starting to close down the two drivers in front of him on those medium tires. Right now the gap down to 1.6 seconds.
Yeah, I was about to mention Renoir getting close to JX on the last lap. maybe we'll have a shot here in the straight.
It'll be interesting to see. I think Mueller's trying to make a move on Rob into turn 4. She's on the inside of the Williams driver, but let's see what she can do. Switching to the outside here for turn 6. She's all in the grass on those soft compound tires. They're fresh. They're fresher than Rob's medium tires, but I think the Williams driver will keep that position for the time being. Diving it back up the inside is the Alfa Romeo into turn number 8 there. Trying to keep it around the outside of turn 9, trying to keep that momentum, but Rob has shown that he can keep that defensive position. But now Mueller back up the inside of turn 10, and she should have the position. She's going to be up into P14. Now look at it. Oh, Rube is off into the wall. He's lost his front wing for the second time in this race. He's going to have to pit once again. And it's unfortunate for him, but Mueller making that position, or making the overtake work there as yellow flag from Sector 2 and Sector 3, as Rob will try and get back on track and back on track in this race.
Yeah, that was a great move, and very unfortunate for Rob about getting a bit too early on the throttle, trying to fight it out. There's no super close gap right now. Trying to find a fight.
Right now, it's actually JXW is going to be into the pits. Yep. This yellow flag in Sector 1, I think that might be Rocco. He did have a spin in the final sector, so yeah, this is going to be the Haas driver. He's going to be dropping down even further through the order, but JXW into the pit lane now. He's going to be going on to the mediums. It's going to be interesting to see what JXW decides to do on the strategy. He's going to be dropping down to P10. It looks like, and possibly going to the end of the race, as my camera seems to be a little bit glitched on JXW, so we're not going to be watching in for a little bit. Yeah, but right now, let's see how the other drivers seem to react to JXW's decision to pull into the pit lane.
Yeah, I mean, usually I would love to think he can make it to the end on the medium compound, since Brazil is not a part, it's not usually a track that's difficult on tire usage.
Yeah. But right now, Rocco making a little bit of a mistake there. At turn number 10, he has spun around for the third time, I think, on this lap. And those, yeah, those bricks are...
Back a spun.
Geez, yeah, back to spun at turn 12 there, making a huge mistake. Look how far off the track he was. Yeah, that's a huge mistake for the Alpha Tower. He's only going to be dropping 2 positions unless JXW, who's, back around once again. He's going to be reset the track there by the game automatically. So Beck will be down to P10 for the time being. He's going to have to pull into the pit lane now.
Zenith trying a move on Ari.
Yeah, Zenith. Zenith going to be making the move on Harry Naward there. So he's going to be up into P4 on those medium compound tires. Harry Naward being vulnerable there because JXW came into the pit lane. So Harry Naward did not have the DRS. Beck, as we would have thought, is going to be coming into the pit lane for a set of hard tires, interestingly enough. So it looks like JXW possibly going for a 2-stop here, which is not going to be the greatest strategy. It's going to be very, very difficult to overtake. But right now, Zenith looking to be in one of the better positions here for a possible P4, unless it can get up to the back of Lando Luck in Miami on that alternate strategy.
Yeah, still thinking about a call to go onto the hard for Beck. I really think the medium could go to the end. I'm a bit confused, actually.
Ooh, we have a yellow flag in Sector 3. I'm not exactly sure what that is for. Seems like a little bit of a ghost yellow flag, but now Harry Noir starting to put the pressure on Zenith, but makes a little bit of a mistake through turn 2. He's not going to be able to get that run through the second corner. Barton picks up his first time penalty. That's going to be really unfortunate for him. 3.1. He's 3 seconds behind his teammate right now on the alternate strategy, so he could have been in a pretty good position on those medium tires for the time being and on the softs at the end of the race, but now we'll have a time penalty that will be halting his charge throughout the field, but getting back on board with the battle for fourth place. Zenith, Harry, Nawag, Back and Bones, they're all going to be fighting for that one, and as we just mentioned, Barton with that 3-second time penalty is going to be very unfortunate for him. Rocco picks up a time penalty as well. Let's get the gap to the leader right now. JXW 29.8 seconds behind the leader, but he's only 15 seconds behind Zenith.
Yeah, and Barton and Harry Noir again. Zenith coming on lap, the final straight, sorry. Bit too far from each other to make a move. And Bones is coming to the pit.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, so Lando and Backbones will both be into the pit lane off of those soft compound tires. Lando going to be going onto a set of mediums. Backbones is going to be going onto a set of mediums as well. So looking for that one stop to do the soft to medium strategy. I think JXW pitted a little bit too early to make that strategy work. Barton trying to challenge Lando. He does have the DRS, but he's not going to be close enough to make that move or challenge the net race leader for the time being. JXW right now 9.4 seconds behind Dylan, and he's starting to close that gap down, so looking pretty strong. You can already see how much of an undercut he got on Backbones, and Backbone was right behind Harry Noir and Jin, so it looks like JXW will be into a pretty easy net P4 there on track once everybody pulls in the pit lane and makes their first pit stop. Lando 1.2 seconds in front of Barton, but only 2.1 seconds behind his teammate right now, so possibly well, he should be looking for an undercut here. Let's look at Miami. Miami should be into the pit lane, and yes, he will. Third place on, or well, he was third place on track when before Lando pulled into the pit lane, so Miami gonna be into the pit lane now, looking for the medium tires. He should be just in behind Lando, possibly actually behind Barton when he comes out of the pit lane.
Renoir coming into the pit as well, so pretty much the last of the suffer, pretty much actually the last soft runner coming in.
Yeah, let's see where Miami will come out of the pit lane. He should be just in behind, I would imagine, Barton, but actually Barton miles in front of the Mercedes drivers, so Miami will have a little bit of clean air to get those tires fired up and working before he starts catching traffic. But right now, Lando, the only two drivers he has in front of him, the net race leader, is Jinnah and Larkin. 2.2 seconds is the gap to Jinnah as we have a yellow flag. That's one of the Haas. That's Baraka once again spinning out of turn 12. So he's been really struggling with that final traction zone here at the Sao Paulo circuit, or the Sao Paulo based circuit. Lando already closing that gap to Jinnah. It's going to be that gap is going down absolutely rapidly right now. So Lando going to be looking to make the move on Jinnah, possibly the next lap if he can keep this progress up. But now Jinnah, who started on those medium tires, Lando's going to have to make those moves for position. So Jinnah's not going to be coming into the pit lane anytime soon. Let's see what Lando can do later on in the race. Sets the fastest lap of the race, 108.8 for Lando. So that's a really good lap time from the Ferrari.
Absolutely. That's what fresh tires gonna do for you compared to pretty old medium that Jonathan have in front of him.
Yeah, but now Backbones on Harry Noir trying to make the move into turn number 7. Both of these drivers have pulled into the pit lane. Backbones had that one lap undercut. He's going to have the hotter tires, but also going to be having the older tires once that starts to come into effect towards the end of the race. Not going to be able to get that move done into turn number 1, but look how far JXW is out in front of those two drivers. 5 seconds. He pit only 2 laps earlier than those guys, and now he has a 5-second advantage over them. But look at Miami as well, 6 seconds in front of JXW. But now let's get on board with Lando and Jinnah. Lando not able to make the move on lap number 17. Let's see what he can do on the back end here of lap number 17 and on possibly onto lap number 18. But look at the run he has just out of turn 12 through 13 and now through turn 14. Jinnah will move over to the right. Lando will take the racing line and move over to the left. He's going to have that move done even before the start-finish line. Jinnah will be down to P2 and will now be just looking, try and possibly stick with Lando, get a little bit of a time advantage there with the DRS. But now Lando will be on chasing down Larkin. Larkin's going to be on that alternate strategy. Let's see what he can do later on into the race. But Lando absolutely flying here in Brazil.
Yeah, that's actually insane how quicker he is than Jinnah. He just went by him like he wasn't even there. That's actually super impressive.
Yeah, but now the next driver in the next closest battle out on track is going to be Backbones and Harry Noir once again down towards turn 4. Backbones trying to make that move. He has the 1 lap older tires, but as we mentioned, they're going to be hotter and fired up earlier than Harry Noir's tires will. But Backbones not able to get close enough. He does have an ERS advantage for the time being, but that's always happens when you are in a DRS range. The driver out in front will have less ERS than the driver in behind. So Backbones right now going to be forced to stay in P8 out on track, but he should be up to P6 when Jinnah and Barton comes in the pit lane, unless Jinnah can possibly do an overcut here, which I don't really think would be possible. Yeah, it seems to be a little bit of a possibility though for Jinnah.
I was actually looking for fights, for gaps, but there doesn't seem to be much. Apart the one we're looking at, the Bag of Bones and the Renew Arc.
Yeah. Right now, Bag of Bones exiting turn 3. Hair Noir should be staying in the lead here for the time, or will be staying in front of Bag of Bones for the time being. That gap will close down to 2.5 tenths, but Bag of Bones not able to get that move done into turn number 4. What type of run can he get up the hill towards turn 6? He's not going to be able to get that one done for the time being. Rub picking up, I think that was his second time penalty. Actually, I can just take a look. No, that was his third time penalty for the Williams driver. So really struggling there with the track limit, or struggling just in general with the track limits here. Just in front, Hair Noir and Bag of Bones will be lapping Purple Squirrel coming through turn 10 and through the end of the middle sector towards lap number 20 is Larkin.
There's Miami coming in the back of Barton.
Yeah, Miami
move in turn 1.
Yeah, Miami's going to be able to make that move into turn 1. Barton will have to just slot in behind. Barton is yet to pit in this race, so Miami just starting to make his way through the traffic. The runner driver of Barton should be able to stay on the back of Miami just for this DRS zone, but I'm sure Miami on those fresher medium tires, those 16-lap fresher medium tires, will be able to pull away through the middle sector, and Barton will have to struggle with that one. Is actually Purple Squirrel's out of the race in the pit lane, so he is done with this one, not be able to finish this race. GP pointing out in the chat that it's Rub is out of the race. Rub is completely out of the race, and we have a VS. Okay, I thought that was going to be a safety car for a second, but yeah, it's only going to be a VSC. GP Colin pointing out in the chat that it's hard to hear you, Bobby, so possibly turn your mic up.
Yep, I can bump this thing a little bit.
Ooh.
Alright, that should be a little bit better.
Yeah, you are nice, loud, and clear. But now, with this VSC, Lando is going to be actually losing a lot of time, because now this will bring Larkin in to play here. Lando and Larkin, the gap is 4.5 seconds, but we'll have to see what the gap actually is once this VSC goes green. DRS enabled, and we are green flags once again. Lando and Larkin, 4.2 seconds, and Larkin's going to be absolutely flying on those soft compound tires. Miami, 6 seconds in behind those top two. Jinnit also pitting onto the softs, is going to be staying in P4 after pitting from P3, but JXW on the medium tires, he's been on them for 8 laps, is going to be trying to challenge Jinnit for that 4th position. Is going to be a struggle for JXW there, but Jinnit right now on the soft compound tires, that VSC absolutely played it to perfection for the McLaren driver. I think that's going to be one of the closer gaps out on track by Harry Noir, Barton, and Bag of Bones, and Barton also, that VSC that VSC really helped him as well. He's going to be right on the back of his teammate. One of the two runners will switch around, and Barton could possibly bring Harry Noir back towards Bag of Bones.
Maybe we could see that. Also, Larkin got a 3-second penalty for extending out of a corner, so that might make the fight for first place a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, we know Lando has absolutely insane pace. So now all he has to do once Larkin gets up to the back of him is try and keep him behind for as long as possible. And then once the racing point does get passed, is try and stick within that 3 seconds. So now Larkin doesn't just have to make the move, he has to pull 3 seconds as well. Back on board with the battle between Jinnit and JXW. That gap is absolutely flown open. But now Harry Noir versus Bag of Bones at turn number 4. The Ferrari going side by side with the Renault up the hill towards, or through turn 5 and up the hill towards turn 6. Bag of Bones and Barton trying to make the move. The two Renaults are trying to absolutely fly up to the back of the Ferrari and make that move, but Harry Noir will keep that position for the time being. JXW picks up a 3-second time penalty, so that's going to be unfortunate for him, as Harry Noir is only 3 seconds back. So if JXW picks up another time penalty, that would be really unfortunate for him. The gap for the lead, 2.6 seconds as these drivers go into turn number 1, and it's going to be Larkin's absolutely flying right now on those soft compound tires. But the closest battle we have right now out on track is for P6, but it's going to be interesting to see what the Renault team does, because they have two drivers on different strategies. Rocco's retired in the pit lane, and that's going to be unfortunate for him. His race will be over, but now Barton making the move past his teammate. Let's see what he can do towards Harry Noir. He's going to be able to get that move done into turn 1. He looks to the inside, but will not be going for that move. So now Barton has the chance to overtake Harry Noir. What can he do on the exit of turn 3 there, going down towards turn 4? He has the DRS, he has the overtake, but he's using absolutely everything. He goes to the inside and should be up the inside of the Ferrari. Harry Noir trying to keep it around the outside. Both of them will keep it fair and keep it inside track limits, but Barton on those soft tires, that VSC absolutely helping him. He's going to be up into P6 now, trying to chase down JXW with that 3-second penalty.
Yeah, that's the fact that he was on fresh soft compared to medium tire made that move. I don't want to say easy, but the grip he got on the exit of turn 3 was super helpful.
Yeah, exactly there. A few battles close throughout the field. Adri Lockdock versus Excel Cali going up towards turn 10. Cali not going to be able to get that move done, as well as Mueller and Beck starting to get closer out on track as well. Mueller's been on those soft compound tires for 18 laps now, which is kind of insane. As JXW pits.
Noticed. Jake's in the pits, so
yeah,
really didn't want to go for the one stop.
Yeah, you could see he gave a little bit of a hint to us when he pits so early onto those medium tires, but now he's going to be dropping down the order towards, he's going to be dropping down to P number 8, or P number 9 as Excel Cali makes the move on Adri Lockdock, as Adri will be coming into the pit lane. Beck versus Mueller is the Alpha Tower driver going to be close enough to make the move onto the back of the Alfa Romeo? It doesn't look like it, so Mueller, she will be keeping that position for the time being, but Beck going down towards turn number 4. He should have the tire advantage. Let's see what he can do. Using the overtake, Mueller defends very, very late, but Alpha Tire will still be on the inside of the Alfa Romeo. The two Alphas battling through turn number 5. Mueller putting on the squeeze there, on the squeezing back to the outside of the circuit there, but Beck trying to keep it all the way around the outside. On the hard compound tires, they're going to keep it fair side by side through turn 6, 7, and now through 8. Mueller trying to keep it around the outside for the second time in this race. Yeah, as you mentioned, a little bit of contact between the two Alpha drivers, but Mueller will keep that position for the time being, I'm sure. Beck will trying to challenge her through the exit of turn number 11 there. Also, RC and DJ Panda fighting on the exit of 4 through 5. Now the Alfa Romeo, once again, this is almost deja vu, but DJ Panda will keep that position for the time being. Not many gaps close throughout the field. We only have Harry Noir and Barton. Harry Noir trying to close up.
Now that Barton is gone with his soft tire, the old battle of Harry and Bag of Bones can continue in peace.
Yeah, but if anything, it seems that Barton getting in front of Harry Noir is helping Harry, because he's starting to pull out that gap. Two back bones that DRS has opened between those two, but now Mueller versus Beck down towards turn 4. Beck looks to the inside. He's not going to be able to go for that move. Mueller will keep that position for the time being, so she'll stay in P11, just one position out of the points-paying positions, but this has been a pretty good debut for her. Beck looking to make a move, but he's just not close enough to make that one. Getting very, very late on the brakes through 6 and 7, now through 8. He's not going to be close enough to make that move once again. So Mueller putting on a great defensive show here. 20 laps on the soft tires. That's absolutely insane.
Yeah, that's actually insane. Actually, I don't have much else to say that I sure cannot do that. I'm spinning on fresh tires, so I don't know how she can do it on super old soft.
Yeah, we also have RC and DJ Panda fighting here for what is the wooden spoon here, the last two places as they're coming up to be lapped by. Ooh, DJ Panda's trying to push off RC, but RC will make that move now as Janet comes to lap these guys. It's going to be unfortunate for them. Janet going to be making them, getting past DJ Panda and RC, but RC will also, in that chaos, make the moves past DJ Panda there, but now back in Mueller, round number 3 for these two drivers, but back once again, not close enough into turn number 4.
Yeah, those hard tires are just missing a little something to make the move stick.
Yeah, exactly. Back in theory, should have a tire advantage here, but Mueller driving a great race or a great stint right now on the soft tires. Oh, a little bit of contact between those two drivers, but now we also have the battle for the lead of the race. RC and DJ Panda getting close. DJ Panda has made the move there for P14, but now Lando versus Larkin. Larkin on those fresh soft compound tires. They have half the laps that Lando has done on the mediums, and they're on this. Man, they are a softer compound, but Larkin, let's see what he can do. Getting onto the grass there for the braking zone of turn number 12, and on the traction, he's going to have such an advantage. He uses his overtake. He had 50% compared to Lando's 25%. Both of them were using the overtake through turn 13. Lando will just give Larkin the inside. He knows that he cannot fight that one. Larkin will be up into the lead of this race, but now we'll have to pull a 3-second gap. I don't think Lando will give him the chance to pull that away. Larkin getting a great exit out of 2 and through 3, but Lando will have the DRS. Let's see if he can challenge to the back of the racing point, but I don't think he'll be able to. This is hammer time now for Larkin in the racing point. He has to try and pull a gap as quick as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. And during the time of... Meanwhile, Mueller has had enough of her old stuff and went to get some new ones.
Yeah. She is going to be down towards P13, but now it's going to be RC versus DJ Panda. The Alfa Romeo is going to be up the inside. The Alpha Tower is going to be on P14 right now, but they're going side by side through turn 5. The two Alphas battling it out once again. We saw this earlier with Mueller and Beck, but now it's going to be DJ Panda and RC with a yellow flag. I think that Dylan has made a mistake on the hard compound tires. Jake W will be up into P8 on those fresh soft tires. So now Dylan will be dropping down to will be dropping down a position there. We have to look up to the lead of the race, because right now Lando barely clinging onto the DRS of Larkin. Larkin was able to pull out a pretty good gap through the middle sector, but Lando struggling to keep with Larkin. He barely has the DRS range, and he's now getting very, very low on ERS. Larkin is going to be starting to extend that lead, and through the middle sector where there isn't going to be DRS for Lando, he's going to be able to pull away and possibly break DRS there.
Yeah, and once the DRS barrier is... What I mean is, when Larkin will be more than a second away, it's probably going to be not easy, but you're going to have a much easier time to get that 3-second gap.
Yeah, most definitely. But just exiting off of turn 12 there as DJ Penn and RC do battle once again. RC will have to sit in behind as Lando picks up a 3-second time penalty. So now they're going to be equal on those 3-second time penalties. So Lando will have to get into the lead of the race. So Lando picking up that penalty is going to be absolutely crucial for the end of this race, to the conclusion of this story here in Brazil. Larkin leads away, but Lando just barely has that DRS. Is he going to be within range going on to the apex of turn 2? No, he will not. So Larkin has officially broken DRS range. He's going to be in the lead of this one, but now Lando just in behind. He's going to have to settle for P2 here. Miami in a comfortable third position as well. Only going to be losing 3 points to Lando if the order will finish this way as well. So once again, Miami in a pretty good position, but once again, DJ Pan and RC doing battle.
Yeah, I was going to mention it, that RC trying to move by the outside on turn 1. And keeping the place, cutting turn 2.
Yeah, he's going to be having the...
RC finally getting the move in turn 4.
Yeah, RC's going to be up into the lead, not into the lead. He's going to be in the lead of these two. DJ Panda trying to fight him back into turn number 6, but not going to be able to get that one done. He'll have to stay in behind the AlphaTauri, but I'm sure he will be trying to get that move done once again. He has 4-lap older hard tires, but it seems he's able to do battle quite well for his tire wear. Excel Cali right now in P11. He's not going to be scoring any points for the time being, but he's on fresh soft tires, trying to close down back. It's on lap 31 for these guys. Back right now, P10 on 16-lap older hard tires. He's going to be really struggling on those tires. But just looking up to the lead of the race once again, Larkin versus Lando. Larkin seems to have this one pretty much won.
Yeah, I don't see how he can get that gap on Larkin. He can get back that gap on Larkin with those medium compared to Larkin's soft compound. Because those soft compounds, even though they're gonna get used, they will be used at the end, but the gap difference is not going to be enough for Lando to make it back.
Yeah, DJ Penn after after RC made the move on him. Ooh, DJ Penn off into the wall. He's out of the race. Is that going to be a safety car?
Oh.
This completely changes everything.
Does it?
Larkin's going to be into the pit lane to fit new softs. Lando will be into pit new softs. Miami should be into... Everyone's going to be on soft. Miami picks up a drive-through. This is huge for the championship.
Holy shit.
What?
I'm kind of speechless now.
Lando, Larkin, both going to fresh softs. Miami's going to be into the pit lane. He can't serve that drive-through under the safety car. He's going to pit the softs, but he's going to have no chance of getting this one unless there's another safety car at the end of this one. Jinnit is going to be in for fresh softs. Everyone should be in for fresh soft tires. What just happened?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Barden's stinging out.
RC has retired in the pit lane. Larkin is in front of the safety car. Beck picked up a penalty for a severe collision with someone. Harry Warg versus Beck. Wait.
How does Larkin is ahead of the safety car? I'm confused.
He just, I don't know. He just got out in front of it.
Yeah, but why is Lando stuck behind it? I'm confused.
Does Larkin have a full lap now on Lando? Is this just impossible for him to win? Because Lando can't pass the safety car.
Yeah, he's trying to, but looks like the game is trolling him to not do it.
Hold on, I'm gonna
way to go, Codmasters.
Take a quick look at the race director. So Larkin is clean after that penalty. Lando has a 5-second penalty. So yeah, so Larkin's pushing because he isn't behind the safety. What? Okay, so Larkin's in the lead of this race, I think. Lando's in second place right now. Miami P3 on track, but has a drive-through. Ooh, Lando and Adri almost hitting each other. Lando, another 5-second penalty. Adri has picked up a 5-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Adri has been disqualified for ignoring yellow flags.
That's great. Well, this race did not have 5 safety car, but the one we had is pretty messed up.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on that one. What is going on? So,
okay, but let's start. Except that pretty messed up safety car, everyone went on fresh new stuff except Barden, so he's gonna be at a disadvantage at restart.
Safety car in the slot. Okay. So Lando will, in quotes, lead us away, as Larkin is actually just coming through turn 10 right now, going at almost full pace. But yeah, Lando will lead us away under the safety car. He's going to have to try and push if he wants to catch Larkin, which I don't think is going to be even possible. But yeah, Lando's punched it. He's punched the throttle and he's punched the ERS. It's a 1-minute gap to Larkin out in the lead of the race. But now Lando will lead us away, followed by Miami, who has that drive-through penalty. 3-lap sprint to the end of this one. Barton P4, Jinnit P5, Harry Noir, Bag of Bones in JXW P6, 7, and 8. Dylan just a second back is in P9, followed by Callie, who's finally within the points-paying positions after that mistake earlier on in this race. Lando already starting to close in. He's already closed in 2/10 on Larkin, but that's going to be absolutely irrelevant. Lando pushing as hard as possible to break away from the rest of the field. But Miami right now trying to push as well. He's going to try and use as much ERS as he can. Lando's already used 50% of his ERS and is starting to catch Larkin, who's just catching up to the back of Mueller under the safety car restart. Miami trying to push as hard as he can to break or try to break away to lose the least amount of time possible with that drive-through penalty. And now, Barton versus Jinnit. There's an Alpha Tower off. I think that's Beck, who has had a spin. Larkin just passing him there. Out on track, lapping him once, or lapping him for the, I think that's the second time there. And now Harry Noir, Jinnit, and Bart will all do battle down towards turn 1. DRS will not be enabled just yet, but it's going to be enabled on this, it should be enabled on this lap, or no, next lap, as we go on to lap number 35. Jinnit not going to be close enough to the back of the Renault. Barton on those old soft tires should have a podium here. He has the podium on track, or well, the net podium here right now with Miami's drive-through. But now Jinnit using his ERS, trying to get up to the back of the Barton, but not going to be able to close them. Ooh, almost into the back of the Renault. That would have been absolutely disastrous for those two drivers. Harry Noir following them close and behind. Back of Bones, JXW all trying to follow them as well, as Beck is retired from the session in the pit lane. We only have 11 drivers here running, so Mueller's going to be the only driver outside of the points for the time being. Jinnit right on the back of Barton, trying to make that move, trying to get the move done before the final lap and possibly push away from the rest of the field because of Barton's very, very old soft tires.
Yeah, Barton is the one at the front of the train. Maybe Jinnit can have a shot there, or it's gonna be with DRS on the last lap.
Yeah, possibly. Barton right now in P4, 3.5 seconds off the back as Miami. As Miami serves that drive-through, is going to be dropping all the way down the order and out of the points. But now let's get on board with Barton versus Jinnit, versus Harry Noir, versus Back of Bones, and versus JXW. The race has finished. They will have 3 minutes to complete this one as Larkin wins it up in front of the field. Just, I think Mueller will also be finishing this one as well, but Miami will not. But Jinnit not able to make the move on Barton. This last opportunity is going to be down towards the start-finish line. Barton has no ERS. Jinnit has no ERS. Harry Noir has no ERS. Barton has a minimal amount, and JXW has almost none as well. Dylan not close enough to make the move, but Callie's going to be up in position because of his teammates' drive-through. Miami 6.9 seconds off the back of the train, but it's not enough. He's not close enough. Jinnit trying everything that he can to make the move past Barton into turn 10. Now dipping over the crest and dipping down the hill for the final time through turn 11. Now breaking into turn 12. Is this train of these 4-5 drivers here battling for P number 3, the final spot on the podium? All of them have penalties. A few of them will dropping behind Dylan, but Barton with that with the amazing run off of turn 12 will be keeping P3 and going up to P2. Jinnit gets the podium. Barton is going to be, actually no, it's Dylan. Dylan with no penalties. He's going to be up into P2. Barton and P3 will keep that with the old soft tires. It's an absolutely insane race. Callie somehow finishes 4th. Jinnit will be 5th with the penalties. Back of Bones, Harry Noir, JXW were your top 8. What just happened there?
Yeah, I kind of forgot about penalties. I have no clue what are the final standings are.
Well, we know for sure that it's Larkin, Dylan, and Barton on the podium. So Barton should be taking his second, I think that's the second podium of the season. Or no, unless it was Back of Bones. No, Back of Bones took the podium in Hungary. Barton on 20 points right now on the Renault. But yeah, after all of that, Larkin wins the race by 1 minute and 2 seconds to Dylan, followed by Barton, Callie, Jinnit, Bag of Bones, Harry Noir, JXW, and Lando with 2 5-second penalties under the safety car there. And Miami will finish last. So with that race, the gap in the championship only closes in by 1 point. So it's only going to be 28 points now.
Yeah, but you said those 2 5 seconds were in their safety car. Do you think there's a chance there that they're going to be removed?
There is a very good chance that they will be removed, and he would probably be up into P2, I would think.
Yeah, that's where he finished on track, yeah.
Yeah, he did have that 1/3 second time penalty, so it'd be close. But I think he would keep that P2 on track, so it would be Dylan still, anyways, on the podium. But yeah, we can get Dylan and Barton into the party, as well as Larkin, for those interviews. If you want to invite them, that would be very, very nice.
I'm not quite sure I have them in my friend lists.
I can
Uh,
attempt to invite as well. Okay. Okay, both of them should be added into the party now. Let's hope they will join us for those interviews, and we can get them underway once they do join the party. It'd be interesting to see what they have to say after that interesting race is how we're gonna put it. But I think
it's
Larkin,
yeah, interesting is a right word.
yeah,
Right.
but yeah, Larkin is now in the party, the race winner for this one. So a little bit controversial was that race win, but what happened on the safety car? Because we're still a little bit baffled.
Um, yeah. I was flying down the sort of the little straight after the S's. Uh, didn't realise the safety car was there. Slammed my brakes on as I went past it, and then the game was like catch safety car queue. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'll just do what the game tells me to do. So I drove off again.
Well, I guess that is the basic way to put it. But anyways, nice, nice code masters. But yeah, Bobby, if you have a
I
question.
mean, not really. It was a no, not. It was a pretty standard alternate strategy race until that point.
Yeah, so strategy, second place on the mediums in the difficult qualifying conditions. Similar to one such LOE Canada race, but any comments on the strategy? Did what solidified the mediums for you for qualifying?
Um, I mean, Brazil's probably my best track, if not one of my best tracks. So I was confident that even qualifying on the mediums at the end, I'd be up near the top. And I knew that if I just did the same strategy as Lando, he'd probably still be quicker than me. So I needed to do something different to try and sort of get the edge over him. And I thought that if I started on those mediums, I'd still be just behind him, like there wouldn't be anybody between us. So I thought I'd just, risk it a little bit and see what happened, and it paid off quite well.
Yeah, definitely. A race win by a minute and 2 seconds is definitely a good race in my book. So, yeah, I don't think anyone else has joined us yet.
Not yet. No.
So I don't know if they're going to be joining. I guess we can give them a little bit longer. I can add at Barton and at Dylan. Uh, just waiting to see if they. Yeah. So Barton said yes, he'll get into the party. Hopefully quickly. Yeah, we can get those other questions underway. So yeah, Barton is now here into the commentary booth. A few questions. So I guess the first one, the most important one, is what willed you to stay out under the safety car?
Um, I thought probably just because it was going to be difficult to overtake, especially if I had DRS. So the people in front were faster than me. So if I got a bit of DRS, they were going to have 3 laps to try and make the overtake, 2 laps. So thought might as well stay out and pray for the best.
Yeah, it definitely. Went to the best for you, except besides that one-time penalty, but you did still finish P3 on track and finish P3 in the race. So I guess you can't really be any more happy with that one.
No, it's Brazil's usually a pretty bad track for me after starting 16th as well. It was a much better result than expected. Got a bit lucky with the last safety car. So, yeah, good race overall.
Yeah, I was just typing. I didn't want to interrupt your answer, so I muted my mic. But yeah, so just looking over towards the standings just before we headed into those one, you were P8, only 2 points behind your teammate, and now you have equaled your teammate's podium numbers. So you're equal on third places there. So looking a little bit further in the standings, you could have jumped Callie, Dylan, Vagabonds, but only Dylan and Larkin finished in front of you. So what's it looking like for the standings, and what's your aim so far for the rest of the season?
I'll probably be best of the rest. We've got like probably Larkin, Lando, and Miami probably a bit quicker than everyone else, and then maybe Toxic. I've not seen how much he's going to race yet, but so anywhere around fourth is probably the best I can hope for. So that'll anywhere around there would be good.
Yeah, it's going to be a great result. Finishing just behind them would be quite an achievement, as well as you could possibly challenge for the constructors. I know the Mercedes would be very, very difficult to catch, as well as Lando in the Ferrari. So also best of the rest for the constructors then.
Hopefully, we'll see what we can do there, and hopefully Bones will get his finger out.
Well then, Dylan is now on the party. So Dylan, didn't have the strongest pace, but we're able to keep it clean throughout the race, and we're able to pick up second place and substantially boost your points total so far this season. Yeah, most definitely there. Currently, Dylan, Fuzz, can you turn on your voice share?
Okay, there we go. I think that's it.
Fuzz, you should be able to hear him now, hopefully. But yeah, so a great result for you, P2. As I mentioned, is going to be boosting you in the championship fight for possibly best of the race behind the Excel guys, bar Cali. So what's it looking like for you in the standings going further into the season?
I think, yeah, I just tried to pick up a couple points. Well, what's left after those two guys, and then just try to keep it clean, and then, yeah, basically pick up points as much as I can. That's all I'm trying to do.
Yeah, you did a very, very good job of that tonight. So, all that should be the interviews over. Bobby, do you have anything else you want to add?
Not really. I'm still in shock about that ending. I'm speechless.
Yeah, I think most people would be after an ending like that. But anyways, quite the race there from the EU tier, from the Sao Paulo or Autodromo Jose Carlos, however you want to say the last word. But yeah, American language barrier. But anyways, great race for that one. Tune into Tier 1 tomorrow night. I think it's going to be 9 Eastern, I want to say, with the time zone change. And then Tier 2 as well. 9 Eastern. I think it should be, unless it's 8. To be honest, I really don't know. Just go. Yeah.
It will stick at 8, so it will be an hour early for the EU guys.
Okay, well, yes, then still 8 Eastern over there, or well, here on the Zenith Online Racing YouTube channel. But yeah, anyways, thank you to the boys for hopping in the party for the interviews and everyone who took part in that race, and a great conclusion to that one, if not controversial. But yeah, anyways, that's been all, folks.